Hey guys, it's Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. So in today's video, I am just going to be doing a casual get ready with me. I wanted to do a get ready with me featuring a bunch of my Project Pan items, and I also have some new brushes that I want to try out. I've actually been kind of trying them out already, but MOTD is a brush brand, and they actually just sent me a package, a PR package, which I was so surprised. They sent me their new eye brush set. There's 7 brushes in the set, but I wanted to just kind of use them today. I think I'm also gonna do my eye makeup first. Been meaning to do this more often and I always forget to do it whenever I sit down to do my makeup. So we're gonna do eye makeup first. I wanna do kind of a smoky eye using the Milani Bold Obsessions palette. I don't know why, but I'm just really feeling like a deep, dark smoky eye. I don't know what it is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with this Milani Bold Obsessions eye palette. I really want to give this blue shade another chance. When I did my favorite and least favorite shade in the palette video, that shade was one of my least favorite shades in this palette, and I really want this shade to be like a beautiful like denim blue on the lid, so I'm gonna try really hard to make it work. But I'm gonna start with actually the shade in here that I pretty much always start with, and that is Bear in Mind. It's like a matte light color, light beige color that I'm able to use as, oh, I need to prime my lids first. I have a feeling doing my eye makeup first, I'm going to forget and like do all sorts of things like out of order, just because I'm so used to doing my face makeup first that it just really throws me off. But we're doing eye makeup first today. I'm challenging myself to not just do things by the rules that I've always followed, because that's no fun. So we are currently under like a winter storm warning here in Seattle. That doesn't happen very often. Like I've only lived here since September, but from what I've heard, it really doesn't snow here very often. But we just got snow last weekend, and today it snowed again. And we're supposed to get like 4 to 6 inches. And so everyone's freaking out. Yesterday I went to the grocery store. Bad idea. It was really crowded. So I'm just buffing that into the crease just to kind of get the crease started. And I primed my lids with the Jordana eyeshadow pencil in Continuous Almond. This is in my Project Pan, and I've been using it as a primer. And it works well. And this is the MOTD Seamless Sheer Blend. It's just a really nice, big, fluffy crease brush. All of these brushes seem really soft. By the way, I was under no obligation to feature these brushes in a video. I'm just genuinely showing them because I want to, because I'm excited to have them and use them and test them out. Just a little FYI. I'm gonna kind of focus on this cool toned row, which happens to be kind of my least favorite row in the palette, but I'm giving it another chance because I really, really want it to work. I really have a vision in my head of like a nice, like cool toned look. So I'm going into this more grayish taupe shade right here that's called Slate All Day. This was also one of my least favorite shades in the palette, but it's not that it's a bad shade. Like it still goes on the eye looking pretty good, but I'm just kind of defining the crease a little bit more with that shade, and I'm using the Build and Blend brush from MOTD, which is also a crease brush, but it's like a little bit more dense and packed together, but it still is like flexible. It's just not as fluffy as the other one. But yeah, it is, I don't know if it's snowing like right this minute. It's nighttime right now, but basically we're supposed to be kind of just like snowed in this weekend, which I was kind of bummed about just because like I'm home basically all day, every day working because I work from home, and it's kind of looking forward to the weekend because, you know, that's when I can like go and do things. Now I have lots of time to stay in and film. So now I really want to try to give this like deep bluish navy shade another chance. That's the shade Smoke Signals. I want that to be all over the lid. Like I want that to be my lid shade. So what I'm gonna try to do is actually wet my brush. So I'm gonna dip into that shade. This is the MOTD Under the Covers brush. I think this is actually a concealer brush, but I like it for just packing shadow all over the lid. So I'm gonna try this. I'm just gonna wet it with the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. That's just the setting spray I happen to have. It's not often that I wet my brush when I'm applying eyeshadows, but I feel like this might help it show up better. Okay, so far not really. Actually, there it is. Oh, now it's showing up actually quite nicely. I still have to really build it, try to build it up dry. It's a very thin shadow, but I love the idea of that color, and I hardly ever do like deep, dark, smoky eyes. I might look crazy by the end of this. I don't know if I can really pull off super dark, smoky eyes, but I'm gonna try it anyway. So I don't know if wetting my brush is really helping, because those last few swipes I didn't wet the brush. Well, there it is. The good thing is, since I didn't do my face makeup yet, I don't have to like tap off the excess, so I'm getting like a little bit more product. Alternative title to this video could be like trying to use the shades in the palette that I don't like. I think it's always a good exercise to try and do that. Like, it forces you to be creative. See, I don't want there to be like a harsh line. Like, I don't want this to be a cut crease. So I'm gonna definitely blend the crap out of that because I look crazy right now. Oh my god. I'm gonna go into the matte black now and just deepen up the outer corner with the MOTD Masterpiece Crease brush. It's like a pencil brush. I'm just gonna pat that into the outer corner. I like how this pencil brush isn't very scratchy. We're gonna be doing some serious blending in like just a second. I don't know if I like the way I look with this kind of super dark. I'm gonna go back into this color right here, the light kind of beige color. Bear in mind the first color that I used, and I'm gonna kind of just start blending that out. Someone's yelling outside, that's nice. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I hear someone yell, it like hurts me. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I hate the sound of people yelling or like raising their voice. Oh my god. It just, like, I feel it in my chest or something. I mean, I'm just very sensitive to noise in general, so it's probably just part of it. Okay, I feel like I kind of want to brighten things up with this ColourPop Super Shock shadow in the shade Liberty. I don't really have a detail brush in this set, so I'm gonna try just using this Real Techniques accent brush. It's just like a tiny, tiny brush, and just using that on the inner corner, and maybe this will like brighten things up a bit. I'm gonna bring it a little bit on the lid too. This will help me not look so dead. Okay, so I feel like, okay, we're gonna leave the eye look alone for now. And then once we've done like the face stuff and I look like a little bit more put together, we can kind of reassess and decide what we're doing here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do foundation. So I am gonna use a mixture of the Urban Decay Naked Skin foundation and the Physicians Formula Spotlight Primer. I mixed the two. Both of these are in my project pan. I have a lovely zit right there. But this mixture of products does kind of, it just makes it a little bit more glowy than if I were just using the foundation on its own. And I'm going to blend that in with my beauty blender. Adding that primer in definitely does make, it reduces the coverage level just a little bit, but I can always go add more foundation if I want to. Having my eye makeup already done just really throws me off. I'm like, what's going on? I feel like I'm gonna do everything out of order now that I did that. Okay, so that's one layer of the foundation and primer together. We're gonna do the Too Faced Born This Way concealer under the eyes, just a couple tiny dots. This concealer, I think I just need to let go of the idea that it is full coverage or that it is supposed to be full coverage, because it's just not full coverage. It makes me mad because that's what I thought I was getting. And that's what everyone told me too. Everyone seems to say that this is full coverage, so I don't know if there's just something wrong with me personally, or like I do have pretty defined dark circles under my eyes. Like, I know that. I've accepted it, but I was hoping to find a concealer that would actually pretty much cover them. I don't know if this is doing it for me. I haven't tried Shape Tape from Tarte. Maybe I should have gotten that one instead? I don't know. If you have this, just let me know what you think of it, because I feel like it's just not the full coverage that I thought it was going to be. I still think it's a nice finish and I don't mind it. I just kind of, I feel like it's no more coverage than like the Wet n Wild concealer or something. Like, it doesn't have extreme super coverage like it says. I'll add a little bit more. And I've applied it with both the sponge and with brushes, and I feel like I get the same amount either way. So that's 2 layers. Ooh, it looks really bright. I also don't know if this is exactly the best shade for me. I got it in the lightest shade, which is Swan. And I exchanged this for what was a shade that was too deep for me. I think I had like the 4th shade. And then I don't know why I exchanged it for the lightest. Maybe that's part of the problem, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's too light. I think I would like a shade maybe a hair deeper, but I don't want to exchange it again because then like, I feel like that's just wasteful. Now I'm gonna set my under eyes with the Wet n Wild Dulce de Leche powder. I'm just gonna set the rest of my face with the Milani Conceal and Perfect Shine Proof powder, just a very light amount of this. Let's bring some color back to my face now. I'm gonna contour also with the Dulce de Leche Duo. I'm just gonna use, well, yeah, I'll use this Wet n Wild contouring brush or angled brush. Whoa. This is such a powdery duo. Sometimes I forget that I need to be careful. Oh my gosh, I see I got too much. I have really been craving micheladas, which is like a Mexican drink. It's kind of like a Bloody Mary, but it's like beer and tomato juice and like hot sauce and Worcestershire sauce. And it's like such a savory, like spicy drink. Oh, it's so good. I think I'm gonna make some. I got all the ingredients yesterday before the snowstorm, so I am going to bronze my face with the Milani Baked Bronzer in Dulce. This is a much warmer bronzer, so it's definitely not a contour by any means, but it's nice for just warming up the face. Got 2 blush options. I pulled out my Milani powder blush in Romantic Rose, which is just like a kind of slightly cooler, like rosy toned blush. And then I also pulled out my new Wet n Wild Ombre blush. Well, it's new to me. I just bought it. This is the shade In a Purple Haze. Ooh, I really like this so far. It's like as light as a blush could possibly be and still show up on my skin tone. Like if it were any lighter, it would not show up on me, but I actually really like it. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think I'm gonna go with the Wet n Wild. I kind of have to pile it on because it's just so light. I really like the way that it ends up looking. Like I would not have thought that I would like a shade like this on me, but somehow it actually looks nice once it's on there. See, I like that. And then I'm going to highlight with the Lily Lolo Sculpt and Glow Contour Duo, that highlighter in there. I'm gonna do a little setting spray. I guess I'll just use the NYX Dewy Finish while it's here in front of me. And then I'm just gonna do my brows with the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Retractable Brow Pencil in Taupe. This is in my project pan. I'm trying to use as many project pan items as I can. I think I'm using all the makeup ones. Here's the brows. Sometimes I actually do like the way that my brows turn out when I use this, and sometimes I don't. It kind of depends. So now it's time to kind of finish off the eyes. I'm thinking, they're growing on me a little bit. I want to use the e.l.f. crease brush. What's missing from that MOTD brush set is like a smaller crease brush. They have like the pencil brush, but I like using like a smaller fluffy crease brush to blend things out because it still gives me control. Oh, and I'm just blending it with this light beige color right there. That is like the most useful shade in this palette. It's like such a good blending shade. Okay, and then I'm going to highlight the brow bone. This is the MOTD Come Through Contour Brush. Usually this would be for like the outer corner stuff, but I actually like this shape brush for highlighting the brow bone. It's kind of like an angled brush. It's a good size and shape for the brow bone. Just using the shade Can't Pink Straight. It's like a matte cream pink color. So the eye look is actually growing on me now. I'm going to use this dark brown color right here for the lower lash line. This is the shade Brunettes Have Fun. And I'm using the MOTD Sultry Smudge brush. It's like a short smudge brush. Okay, I could have used the black for this, but I feel like the brown will look a little bit less harsh. I'm gonna brighten up the lower inner rim with the Jordana 12 Hour Made to Last eyeshadow pencil. Again, this is the nude pencil, same thing that I used for primer. I'm also going to just smudge it on the lower waterline. I feel like that helps brighten up such a dark, smoky eye look. All right, I'm gonna finish off with my CoverGirl Supersizer mascara. Last but not least, the lips. I am going to be using the, of course, the Milani Lip Liner in Spice, which is in my project pan. And then I also pulled out 2 of my lipsticks from the 4 weeks 4 lipsticks challenge that I'm doing this month. If you missed it, I'll link it down below. But basically, I randomly selected 4 lipsticks to focus on for the month. We're kind of in between week 1 and week 2 right now. So I pulled out the NYX Butter Gloss, which was for week 1, and then the Ulta Nude Lipstick in Pink Chocolate, which is the week 2 one. I'm gonna pair both together because I really like them both together anyway. But I'm gonna start out by just lining my lips with the Milani Lip Liner in Spice. Then I'm going over that with the Ulta Beauty Nude Lipstick in Pink Chocolate. This is really nice, just kind of brownish, pinkish nude. I'm just gonna kind of top that in the middle with the NYX Butter Gloss. It's so pretty. I like how that just adds like a little bit more fullness to my lips. So I think that's actually it. And I have to say, I actually really don't mind this really dark smoky look now that I got the mascara on, I lined the lower lash line, all the rest of the face makeup is on. It definitely comes together once you get your face makeup on. I feel like when you do your eye makeup first, it's like, whoa, I look scary. But now that I've got it all on, I feel like I look a little bit more pulled together. So I actually had a lot of fun, and even though this row that I used in the palette is my least favorite, I feel like I was actually able to get a look out of it that I really liked. I still wish that this Smoke Signals shade, the bluish grayish shade right here, was more buttery and that it actually showed up more bluish the way that it looks in the pan. But honestly, on the eyes, I don't mind it. Overall, I mean, I'm happy with the look, and maybe now I will kind of dig into this row a little bit more than I did before. I definitely don't think that the texture of this row, like these shadows, is very nice compared to the rest of the palette. Like, they're not as buttery as they could be, but I still, you know, it's nice to know that they're usable, you know? And then in regards to the MOTD brushes, I'm really enjoying these so far. I really like both of these blending brushes, the Build and Blend and the Seamless Sheer Blend. They're kind of different. One is more dense than the other. Those are really nice. I'm liking all of them. The smudge brush is nice. It's like a nice thickness. And then that like flat shader brush, it's meant to be a concealer brush, but I like it for the for applying, like, packing shadow on the lid. So overall, and it also comes with a brow brush. It has like a spoolie and an angled brow brush on the end. You could also use that for liner if you wanted to. But yeah, it's called their I Can't Even brush set, like EYE. I Can't Even. It's like a pun. It just released a couple weeks ago, and I was really excited that they wanted to send it to me. I do have a coupon code. It's a 15% off code with them. It's just Kitty approved. I'll put it in the description box, but it's not an affiliate code, it's just a code. I'm just really excited that they reached out to me. I was really like, whoa, not expecting that. So anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little casual get ready with me using some Project Pan items as well as some new brushes. I had a lot of fun with this. I hope you did too. If you enjoyed, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you guys next time.